When Terry was like, so I want the play to start in a rehearsal room, and Olga's the stage manager. Inside I was like, oh God, I do not want to be a stage manager. I am Sarah Sanford and I play Olga Prozorov. And so of course my mind went to the sort of unglamorous side of that. And then little by little, in embodying
Three Sisters,
the sort of stage manager path in Act One, I started to connect the dots. And in connecting the dots of the stage manager, Olga, it started to sort of give birth to the mechanisms, I think, of some of Olga's thinking. So I have actually come out the other side of that, feeling like she's the rock. The play could not get from point A to Z without her.
When we cast the play, we looked for the actor who made the most sense, for the individual character, and who seemed to bring a lot to the process, who would be excited by a long-term process. So the folks who are doing it have been involved in readings over the past year and a half. We did a 2-week workshop last summer, and during that workshop we brought in some master teachers.
We love to be able to sense what the inevitability was that brings us to a moment when we can't sense it in life, but we have to sense it in the theater.
What we're really seeing, the content of what we just saw, was a sense of immediacy, of making things up, of not knowing what's coming next, and that's the content.
So the process of creating a family in a cast is a really unique thing, and I came to this, I was sort of the last member to join the cast, who had been working together pretty closely for a year before I showed up. So I was really nervous about that, and actually before we even started rehearsals, Sarah, who plays Olga, invited myself and Mary, who plays Irina, and Luigi, who plays my brother Andre, over for Russian food and blinis and vodka. And I just felt immediately welcomed into this ensemble that had already sort of formed an ensemble.
My name is Luigi Sotil and I play Andre. Well, this is my first Chekhov production, and I think both exciting and challenging is making his big ideas and emotionally charged and filled language very real.
My name is Louis Lipa and I play the role of Ferapont. Every generation finds its own personality, its own life in some part of Chekhov.
Either it was Petersburg or it was Moscow. I can't recall.
All the characters are kind of like stretched out longing for something that's just out of their grasp, and that's what kind of propels them throughout the play. So you can kind of see that in every different character. The things they're reaching for are different, but that's what kind of gives everybody that inner drive that I think people can relate to.
Amazing thing that Terry did was have this clown workshop where we were all sort of terrified and delighted and surprised by ourselves and each other, and it was really about kind of accessing parts of yourself that you don't normally bring to a rehearsal room. And I think that what that did at its heart is just create this incredible intimacy among the cast and immediately bonded us.
Maybe it just seems like we exist at all, and we aren't even really here.
I think Chekhov requires you to be your true self and find the part of you that is the character. There's something about where do I and this character intersect? Where do I and this character meet? Where are the places where we're the same person? And that's scary, at least for me initially. It was scary. Can I be that much of James? And then to sort of, for the text to teach me that it's absolutely okay for me to say that the way I would say it.
There's a part of Chekhov which is so not about what's said.
Such little things.
On the page, it's a constellation of words that have all of this other stuff going on underneath. And so as an actor and as a theater maker, to unlock And there's never just one option. There's never just one solution to what's going on underneath. But to create that world of what's happening, the world that these words come from, is it's scary and it's thrilling. Because you're never like, oh, I nailed it. You're like, yeah, that felt like life. You know?
It's actually a very open space, and there's so many ways you can interpret a part. But it gives you an opportunity to come from a very raw, real place about your own disappointments in yourself, your own struggles. It's almost impossible not to put some of yourself into the character.
I ran into Terry in Starbucks. Yeah, I ran into Terry in Starbucks. I was like, I heard you do Three Sisters. He's like, you should come out. He's like, who do you audition for? I was like, Solioti. He's like, anyone else? I was like, no. Why fight it? Why fight it?
Chekhov is about how to survive the human condition.
Laughing at ourselves through tears. Maybe.
Chekhov is human.
Messy and urgent.
The mystery of living, life, being, that persistent, nagging thought of what else is there, or what are we? It's that nagging thought that is the beauty to me of Chekhov. He provokes it. Yeah, something like that.